All right, welcome everyone to our Zoom call tonight. I am so excited about this, really, because this is what it's all about. So tonight we're sharing stories, and honestly, that's what it's all about. That's why we do what we do. That's what we're so passionate about. So you're getting ready to hear stories from three different people, and I'll share a little bit of my own experience as well. So whether you're on the call or you're watching this as a recording, these are all our friends. These are people that we do life with. And these are the things, this is why I love this so much. These are the things that I get to hear these things every single day. And if that doesn't get you up and get you going, then I don't know what would. So that is why I'm so excited for tonight, because it's really what it's all about. So I am going to start, and I'm just going to introduce myself and share a little bit of my personal experience. And then I'm going to introduce some of my friends, because you need to hear from them. So my name is Allie Schneider. I am a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. And, I started taking Juice Plus over 7 years ago when I was looking for something to use as a prenatal. And so I've been taking it for a long time. And if you're watching this, or if you're on it right now, we're going to talk about the 10-day shred. And the 10-day shred is a program that uses the Juice Plus products. And so we'll talk more about that, but we're not going to dive right into it right now, because what we're really here for is to share more of our stories. So I did start taking Juice Plus, a long time ago. And I was also doing the shakes, not real consistently, but I was. And so I'm going to tell you, with the 10-day shred, it was probably, I'd say 3 months ago is when I really started that. But I have been taking Juice Plus for a long time and following the Transform 30 program, which is basically just an extended version of the 10-day shred. So for me, as somebody, I'm going to talk to you, somebody who maybe thought I was as healthy as I could be. I did. Okay, honestly, I did. And I didn't think I necessarily needed anything else, because I ate a lot of fruits and vegetables, and I was very fit. And I played basketball in college, and then I became a college basketball coach. I went into personal training and as a group fitness instructor, and I just thought I was healthy, and so I didn't really think I needed anything extra. But I'll tell you, doing the 10-day shred for me, I didn't have to make a lot of changes. And so I made some very minor changes to follow the guidelines, which we're going to share the guidelines with you in a minute. But I made some very minor changes that made drastic changes in my health. And the things that I noticed the most in doing the 10-day shred was, first of all, my energy level. Is through the roof. I do have 2 little boys, and we chase them around all over the place. My husband is a college basketball coach. He's the head women's basketball coach at the University of Kansas. So we travel a lot, with that as well. We're always on the go. But my energy level after doing the 10-day shred was really through the roof. And then for me specifically, I noticed a big difference in my workouts. My ability to recover, my ability to train harder, or, to go harder in the workouts, and my ability to recover. And then, just an overall feeling, and for me, a lack of bloatedness. So, I got rid of any of the extra maybe bloating that I felt on a daily basis, and I just feel better now today at the age of 36 than I have ever in my life when I was 26 or 16, or playing college basketball or doing anything else I've done. I feel better at this point in my life. And so that's part of why I want to share this with everyone. I'm so passionate about it, because as you grow older, it doesn't mean you have to get frumpier and have more ailments and have bad health. It's not how it works. It doesn't have to work like that. As you get older, we get smarter, right? And we can start taking care of ourselves better. And you don't have to go backwards. You can actually feel better. So, but with that, I want to introduce a few of my friends. I'm going to ask Lorna to share her story. And Lorna's a friend of mine from Texas. Share her story and her husband's story specifically. She's just turning off. I don't know where she's going. Her video just went off. There she is. Okay.
Hi.
It's way out in the middle of nowhere, so if her video goes off, I'm just going to let her talk. So, Lorna, thank you for being willing to share with us tonight.
No problem. Hi. I'm here in the middle of nowhere, Texas, East Texas in Nacogdoches. That's where I met Allie and started using Juice Plus. Immediately loved it, and I thought my husband needs this. Of course, my husband's the type, he doesn't need anything. He's definitely not going to pay money for anything. So after a year of nagging, I guess I kind of challenged him and dared him, just try it for 10 days. And I think his ego, oh, I can do it for 10 days if you can. And I was thrilled because, like I said, he needed it. Early in our courtship, he started having weird pains, and it would just knock him down some days where he couldn't even move, and if he did move, it was painful, and he was pretty quickly diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And from there, tried all sorts of different drugs, methotrexate, Arava, leflunomide, Remicade, and all of these came with scary warnings about how hard they were on his body. He needed to get blood drawn every 3 or 6 months to make sure his organs weren't being too damaged. And even with all this, they helped, but they didn't work all the time. He would still have flare-ups where he'd have to call in to work and not be able to go, and he'd be miserable. And as I started even using Juice Plus and learning more, especially about T30, I knew that's what my husband needed, but he just didn't want to listen to his wife. So when he agreed to do the 10-day shred, I was like shocked and thrilled. So I meal planned. I wanted to make it work for him. I wanted to have food he liked. I wanted him to see that this was a lifestyle that we could all do. And I couldn't be more pleased with the results, and he couldn't too. About day 8, he told me, I just feel so good. I'm going to keep going after the 10 days is over. And he did. He went 16 days or so until he finally broke down and had a 7-up. But even still, we started on March 1st. Even still today, his eating habits have drastically changed. He hasn't committed to doing another shred, but he's just drastically changed. I haven't bought bread or cheese or sodas or Oreo cookies, which is stuff I usually bought for him. He's down like 22 pounds since March 1st, and he has not had any sort of arthritis medicine. I mean, no, the last thing he was taking were injections, and it so happened that he switched doctors, and there was a time period there where he couldn't get any medicine. Well, now he has a new doctor, and he doesn't want his new medicine, so he hasn't had any medication in months since before our March 1st shred. We just went on a 4-day-long fishing trip where he was, the repetitive motion of fishing was something that would have in the past crippled him up for a couple days afterwards. He's fine. It's just amazing what it's done for my husband, and he's like I said, I nagged him for a year just trying to make little changes. So if he can do it, anyone can do it, and I couldn't be more pleased. Did I cover it all, Allie?
Yeah, no, I think, well, first of all, we all probably have a man in our life who's very similar, so we can all relate to that. But the fact that so many people, obviously, people think weight loss, people think energy, but you're not necessarily rheumatoid arthritis. So many people deal with things like that, or autoimmune disorders, and it's not, that doesn't always come to mind first when you're trying to think of what's going to help you. So yes, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And so because Lorna shared her story and I shared a little bit of mine. I'm going to share with you guys now a video. It's a really short video that tells you exactly what the 10-day shred is, so that you have a little bit better picture of that. And then I'm going to have a couple other friends share their stories. So bear with me here just a minute. I am going to pull this video up. I'm going to have to turn my microphone off so I can turn the video on. So give me just a second.
Hi, I'm Jake Kelly, and as a former Division I athlete, I used to work out 25 hours a week, so being in shape and staying healthy was easy, no big deal. So I'm not 20 anymore, I'm in my late 20s, and I'm a professional, and so I have to make a conscious effort to make health and fitness part of my daily life. Luckily, I've been using our products since I was 7, so I had the nutritional foundation down, but just like everybody, I have my good days and my bad days, good months, bad months, and it's all about finding that balance. So I happened to have one of those particularly bad months over the holidays, as most of us do, and I decided in January that I really needed to make a change and take matters into my own hands, and that's how I came up with the 10-day shred. Okay, so here's what the 10-day shred looked like for me. So what I decided is I was going to do no gluten and no dairy, and that's something that I do already normally, but I wanted to be really strict about it. I was also going to do no caffeine, no alcohol, no processed foods, no refined sugars, no eating after 6. I was going to drink a lot of water, sleep a ton, and exercise most days. Now, I know that that sounds like a lot, but for me, I thought 10 days, I can do anything. I'll admit the first few days were definitely tough, but luckily I had the support of our products. 2 shakes a day, the nutritional support from our capsules, and our bars are such a great on-the-go snack. So I got my mom and some friends to jump on board with me, and as you can see, they're already showing really great results after just 10 days. But we know that long-term change does not happen overnight, and that's really where our products come in. Our products have always come in a 4-month supply. Now that doesn't mean you take on all the challenge parts for those 4 months, but if you can just continue with some of those habits as well as the products, you can imagine the type of results that you're going to see. For you to get started on your own 10-day shred, you can either talk to the person who sent you this video and they can get you set up, or you can place an order through the link to their website. If you're going to place your own order, here's what you need. You need 1 order of our capsules, and each box of our shake comes with 60 servings, so you're going to need 4 of those. Now, you can choose between chocolate and vanilla, single serve, or big bag. I like a little bit of both, so I have half and half. So what are we talking about here? For about $6.50 a day, basically the price of a fancy Starbucks, you can get 2 no-brainer meals with our shakes, over 40 plants in your diet every day, and that will take you through those 4 months. Now that we have your products handled, the final piece, which is almost the most important piece, is the support. You're going to be brought into our Facebook communities where we have recipe ideas, shopping guides, workout ideas, and a community full of people who are there to cheer you on. In addition, the person who sent you this video is also going to be doing the shred alongside you, which is so great for accountability. They'll be checking in with you regularly, giving you tips, and making sure that everything is running smoothly. So let's get started. Either contact the person who sent you this video or go ahead and place your order online. We're so excited to have you start with us.
Okay. Can you hear me back? Am I back? Yes. Okay. Awesome. So that's a good friend of ours who, really kind of put this all together. But, like she said, it's 10 days. So you choose which 10 days, it's the 10 days that you're going to be able to commit to doing it. For some people, there's a lot of changes. Okay. For some people, it's not so much. You kind of decide, you can decide how much you want to go in. But I'll tell you, anybody for 10 days, you can do anything. And once you do it for 10 days, it's just that feeling of you feel so great. Why would you stop, right? So I'm going to let another friend of ours from Texas again share her story. Sarah is with us. Sarah, you will need to unmute yourself if you can. There you go. And go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and your story.
Okay. My name is Sarah, like Allie said. I'm also a mom of 2 boys. They are 1 and 2 years old, 15 months and almost 3 to be exact. So a little bit about my background is that I was pretty healthy as far as my nutrition goes. I was raised in a real, nutrition-wise household. My mom has always been a healthy eater. So I kind of always had that part in my lifestyle. But I think it's interesting. A lot of us thought we were healthy eaters, or we thought we did things healthy. And then we kind of started, taking Juice Plus and getting on this road and realize a lot of the mistakes we were probably making. I started taking Juice Plus about 2 years ago when I was pregnant with my second son. I wanted something to take as a prenatal, and I also wanted to give something in place of a vitamin to my little guy. So, and I think at the time I ordered some complete shakes, and I was doing those, drinking some here and there because I thought that they taste good and I really liked them. So that was pretty much my routine with Juice Plus at the time. I didn't really commit to the T30 program. I didn't really look into it much just because initially I thought there's no way I can do no gluten, no dairy. I did a lot of yogurt. We ate a lot of cheese. And even though I stuck to, healthier wheat options, there was still a lot of wheat in my diet. So fast forward to my son turning a year old. I breastfed him, and I'm one of those lucky ladies that does not lose weight when I breastfeed. My body just kind of holds on to all the calories I eat in order to make enough milk. So I was in the habit of eating a lot and consuming a lot of calories, and that's fine for the time being. That's where my priority was, and I'm comfortable with that choice. When he turned a year and we weaned, I was pretty overwhelmed just by looking at the scale and realizing I had 30 pounds to lose, and my brain chemistry was a little bit confused because I was in the habit of snacking, of waking up in the middle of the night. If I was hungry, I would go to the fridge and eat an energy ball or a muffin or something like that, just because I was kind of in that mindset. So I decided to give the 10-day shred a try. I think I first started on April 1st. So this is going to be my 5th round. And since April 1st doing so, I have lost 20 pounds, and I have fixed my coffee habit in the morning and pretty much kicked all my sugar cravings because I was big into like chocolate after dinner and stuff like that. I think the biggest thing for me with the shred has just been, it has really taught me, rewired my brain as far as, snacking in the evenings, focusing on what you're eating. And a big thing for me also was, I never really had a big problem with gluten, so I thought it was not a big deal. But I guess I've realized, over the last couple months, eliminating the gluten and the dairy from my diet has made me feel much better. But it has just gotten me into, I don't reach for those crackers, I don't reach for that bread, I don't make the sandwich, I don't make the toast at night. Those are things that I just don't have in my diet anymore. And as a result of that, I think that I feel better, but also I'm just eating more whole foods, more fruits and vegetables and healthier snacks, if I am snacking during the day, nuts and things like that. So I just feel like overall the weight loss has been great because I did want to get, I did want to lose that weight. The last 15 pounds of the baby weight is what it's helped me lose. And then I have lost an additional 5 pounds since then. So I'm actually 5 pounds under my pregnancy weight now. And I'm back in the gym, every day. And so that feels great. The weight loss is great, but I feel like the lifestyle change and being able to retrain my brain into healthy eating habits is what's really done it for me. I love not drinking coffee in the morning. Because it was creamer. There's sugar in my creamer, and I would have a coffee in the afternoon, and just things that you're not realizing you're doing. When you cut them out, you realize how great your body feels. And so that's been my experience with it so far. I have taken a couple days off in between, but that doesn't even, I'm not even going for cookies and sweets, and I'm really still sticking to the program. That maybe just means I'll have chips and salsa at a Mexican restaurant, a food restaurant, if I take a day off. Or I'll have popcorn, one night while I watch a movie with my husband or something. I'm still so much more connected to being aware of what I'm eating. And so I'm really, really happy with it. I plan to keep going, and just kind of tell Allie every new one, just let me know, because if I keep getting those notifications on my Facebook, then it's like, I feel like I'm like really reeled in, and I just got to keep going. So that's pretty much it.
That is so awesome. Seriously. Thank you for sharing that. And, I agree with everything you say, and one thing we hear from most everyone is your cravings. I know Lorna feels the same way. You're not, you're losing those cravings. You don't feel like you have to reach for the sweets all the time, and, you're just feeling better altogether. And so, I'm gonna ask one more friend to share her story here, and then I'm gonna wrap it up with a little more details. And so Angel is with us as well. And I guess I just hit up Texas today because she's another one of our friends from Texas. So Angel, if you can unmute yourself and go ahead and give us a little bit of your story. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope you guys can see me because I'm sitting in my car because my husband had an event for work. So I have very little light, so I hope you could see me. But okay, so my name is Angel Easton. I met Allie here in Texas when her husband Brandon got a coaching job. My husband's a strength coach here at SFA. And given that I'm married to a strength coach, you'd think that I'd probably eat pretty well, but actually I didn't eat very well compared to the way that I eat now. And one of the things that kind of got me started on it a little bit was my mom was diagnosed with celiac disease, which when you have celiac, you can't eat any gluten. And I thought, well, it is hereditary, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't end up with celiacs. And so I had been taking the Juice Plus capsules or the gummies on and off for a few years when I met Allie. And then I ended up moving across the street from her, and one day we had a salad jar party / smoothie party, and Allie brought these little chocolate energy ball things to the party, and I was like, man, these are really good. How did you make these? And my kids loved them, and so she gave me a bag, and I kind of been hooked ever since. And about in December, my husband had decided that he wanted to try to get a little bit healthier because he kind of gotten off track, even though his job is to eat healthy and be healthy. And so he did the Transform 30 program, and I started kind of doing it with him, not as hardcore as he was doing it, but trying to do some of the things. And then I kind of just always, after I had my 2 kids, never felt quite like the way I felt before I had them. And, my clothes were a little bit tighter in places they weren't before, and just wanted to, feel a little bit more comfortable about who I was. So I decided when they put the first shred up that I was going to do it. And so this will be my 3rd shred. I didn't do every single one, but even when I wasn't shredding, I still followed the rules and tried not to eat the gluten or the dairy. I don't drink that much alcohol, so that really wasn't a big deal for me. I gave up the coffee. I haven't had a caffeine drink since April the 1st when I did the first shred, which for me probably wasn't that big of a deal. It's more the creamer and the stevia that I put in it that really probably was what I was missing. And in the meantime, I've lost almost 14 pounds, which was not the reason to say that, I'm kind of teaching my kids some good, healthy eating habits, because now in the morning, my daughter, instead of asking for a waffle or a bowl of cereal, will ask me when I make my shake, make her a shake. And just they like to eat the energy, the little balls that we make. And I've made the peanut butter cups, and those even last like a day in my house. And I've made the Mexican Kiwan, which we all love. That doesn't even last through dinner at my house anymore. So, but I mean, and I do like all the stuff about it. And when I've had a couple other friends do it with me, and they say the thing they like about it the most is just the ease for the shakes, because we're all so busy and we have kids, and our kids do tons of stuff. And so, if you're wanting to get something quick before you run out the door, when you don't get home until 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, you just throw your shake together and you have it. And like today, I forgot my almond milk at home to mix my shake up, and I'd never done it with water before. And so I did it with water the first time, and I was still just as full as if I'd have done almond milk and everything that I normally did. So I really have enjoyed it, and it makes, people ask me questions because they've seen a difference in my appearance that I can't see, but they see. And so that's always nice too. But that's pretty much my story.
That's awesome. Seriously, yeah. And thank you I know you're at an event, so thank you for taking the time to step away and share with us. But, what I get from, obviously these are all my friends, and from listening to them is, like I said in the beginning, I get to hear these things every day, and we're changing people's lives. And you can commit to something for 10 days and just see what it can do for the rest of your life. And I know Angel and Sarah and Lorna and everybody you heard from tonight, they all have young kids, and what they are doing as moms and teaching their kids from, at that early of an age, how important it is to take care of yourself and to give them a healthy foundation, to get them started off with a healthy foundation, that is priceless. And so, I just applaud what they are doing as mothers. And I know, as busy as everyone is. And so that's what part of the joy of this is that we are all incredibly busy. And this is something that's doable because, like Angel said, because the shakes are so easy, or you grab a few, if you've made some, protein balls out of the Complete, you grab a few of those, or, you just take a shake with you on the go, or the bars, or it is so easy and so doable. I love it when I'm shredding because I don't have to cook as much. And especially when my husband's not around. I mean, it's awesome. My kids, all they want to eat is what I'm eating anyway. So it's great. But, so how this works, obviously, you saw Jake's video. The Complete is the most important part of this. In doing the shred, the Complete is important because for several reasons, but it's going to help. Number one, like you've heard everybody almost say, it's going to help with your cravings. It's going to help stabilize, reduce your cravings. So that's a big deal because it's whole food. It's real food. It's got a very low glycemic load, so it's going to help that. It's also going to help stabilize your blood sugar, which is when, when our blood sugar drops, that's when we all get hangry, right? You want to grab whatever you can see, and nobody wants to be around you, and you're craving all these crazy things. But so if we're doing 2 shakes a day, and that's really a key, you're able to stabilize your blood sugar, pretty much throughout the day. And, I know that it saves me a lot. If I'm feeling hungry or I'm, too fast on the go, I just grab a quick, Complete shake and take it with me. And it's awesome. And it's great for, just like these guys, for my kids as well. But so what happens is when you order the Complete, when you say, yes, I want to do the shred, we're going to add you to our Facebook group. And in that, so we're going to provide you with recipes. I'm also doing Zoom workouts. So free workouts via Zoom. I do it at 6:15 in the mornings, but I also try to record them so people can watch them later in the day. And so we do that, just as a way to help support you. Also, with recipes, we have secret Facebook page, so nobody else knows what's going on other than the people in that group, and the support is amazing. No matter what you're getting from the outside world, you're going to get awesome support from within and from us. So I want to just open it up. If anybody has any questions, either about Juice Plus products or the shred or anything, you guys can unmute yourself and ask questions. You can also ask the person who either invited you on this call tonight or shared this recording with you. You can talk to them if you have specific questions. But if anybody else wants to share anything, please feel free or unmute yourselves and ask questions. This is usually the awkward silence time where nobody actually wants to raise their hand or say anything, even if they do have questions. So it's fine. You can send me a message as well. Or like I said, I think, you just really need to contact the person that invited you to get on this call or to watch the recording of it. But I hope that these ladies have inspired you as much as they inspire me. And, this is real life, and these are the people that we get to do life with and help people get healthy. And so I'm thanking those 3, Angel and Lorna and Sarah. Thank you for being willing to share your stories with us. And I hope everyone has a wonderful night. And if you do have questions, I'll hang on for a minute longer. I'll stop the recording and hang on for a minute longer so we can chat. So everybody have a fabulous night, and thank you for getting on.